I was talking to myself there for a second. Sorry. Welcome back. Basically, so to unpack this game, now that I'm here, um, I guess I'll start. I don't even know where to begin with this, but I'll start with the winners. So the Chargers. So again, result aside, Brandon Staley continues to not do his job as a head coach, right? Like he could try all the coach speak and say, "Oh well, I believe in my guys and we're going to play aggressive, we're going to play to win and blah blah blah." He's failing to do his job as a head coach, right? He is not putting his team, especially his defense, he is not putting them in a position to win games. He continuously puts their backs up against the wall, and the only reason they got bailed out in this game is because they were up against an equally inept Minnesota team, and I'll get to them in a sec. But basically, again, the fourth down decision making, if I were running the show, if I owned this team, I would be up one side and down the other. I would not allow him. I mean, I would do what I had to do to take that responsibility away from him, because he's clearly not. What do I want to say? He's not learning. He's not learning from. I mean, which is a little bit concerning that they won this game, right? Because now for him it's going to be validation. Well, we won the game. I put my, I played to win and we won, so it's fine. No, it's not fine, right? You lost. Well, you tried to lose, and Minnesota handed it back to you. Is basically what happened here. But and it's really a shame, because look, this Chargers team is way, 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 way more talented than 0-2, 1-2, whatever their record's going to be, right? They're way too talented to have a dipshit as a head coach putting them in bad positions consistently, time and time and time again, right? And I get it. I say this every week with the Chargers. They invent ways to lose. Just when you think you've seen them create another way, then they show up on your TV screen the next week and they create another way they just keep doing it, right? If I were a Charger fan, I'd probably be dead by now. I'd probably have had a heart attack already. The team would have killed me. But so they sneak away with a win here. Mike Williams, they lose him to an ACL. That's going to stretch the receiving core. Fortunately, they drafted Quentin Johnston, so I think he's going to have to fill that role a little bit. Keenan Allen's Keenan Allen, right? And Herbert is Herbert. He's unbelievable, man. He really is. But like I say, this team is too talented across the board. And on defense, they got stars everywhere. It's a loaded team. They should not be losing. They should not be losing games. And they were within a whisker of losing this game. But they get the win, I guess. It's a win. It's a win. They think there are some serious issues, right, with the guys with the headsets. But they got the win. The reason why they got the win is the Vikings. It's amazing to me how they consistently turn the ball over this year. I don't understand. Like, at what point does it set in and sink home? Stop turning the football over. It's constant. And at the end of the game here, they literally blow it, right? They basically say, Kirk and the head coach, they basically said, well, we couldn't hear each other at the end of the game here, where Sanchez says they should have clocked it. They can't hear each other, so they can't get the play in. So Kirk basically calls his own play and he throws an interception. Well, between the two of them, like, neither of them can come to the decision that I can't hear you, you can't hear me, I'm just going to run up to the line and clock the ball. The down does not matter. You need to get the play right. And neither of them. Kirk's a veteran. Kirk Cousins is an established veteran. He doesn't have the wherewithal to get up there and spike the ball. And Kevin McConnell doesn't have the wherewithal as the head coach to just go like this if Kirk can't hear him and say, just clock the ball. Complete mismanagement. If things are chaotic, you've got to settle things down. I know you want to keep the defense, scrambling or whatever, but you know what? If you're not set, you're not set, and you need to get set. And the way you do that is settle things down. Kirk's got to be the leader. or the head coach has to be the leader. One of the two of them have to be the leader there in that spot, and neither of them were the leader in that spot. Neither of them settled things down by clocking it and setting them up for a play. And they took the L. And so here we are. The Vikings are now 0-3. They turned the ball over like crazy. They communication problems at home because it's too loud, and they just can't think. They can't use their heads. It's just a bunch of self-inflicted wounds, and now they're 0-3. And they've got a big hole to dig out of. They're talented enough. Hopefully Justin Jefferson's injury isn't serious. It didn't seem like it was, although, I mean, it seemed initially like it could have been, but it looked like he might be a little bit banged up, but okay. They got work to do. It's simple. It's just fix your own shit. Fix the miscommunication, fix the turnovers, and you can compete. But they don't, and they haven't. So that's how you get to 0-3.